Chapter 3 Khalil. Khalil and Barb managed to follow the dragon for a little before it left them behind. Even with its injuries, it's faster than our horses. The injuries must not be that bad. They decided to keep traveling in the direction the dragon had taken them so far. After half a day of traveling since leaving Eric and Tony, they came upon a cave entrance. Khalil turned to Barb, and his words did not escape his mouth. Streaks of green lava streamed down her face. Barb? Yes? Are you okay? We left Tony. He was hurt. He is with Eric. I know. Still, he was hurt. What if I never see him again? What if we get back and... The green lava streaks flowed even more heavily, turning indigo. Khalil dismounted and Barb followed suit. He gave her a hug. He is with Eric. Eric knows what to do. Always. She nodded, the streaks becoming yellow. Barb, if we fight, we must be ready. She took a shuddering breath. The streaks became red, then began to fade. Her eye sockets glowed bright green. I came with you so you would not end up like Tony. I came with you so Tony wasn't hurt for nothing. I am ready. Khalil turned to the cave, feeling the heat from inside. It was a lovely heat. These plants must love the heat from here. Look how vibrant they are. At their feet were a large variety of flowers. Some were red, some were orange, and all had thorns. With 4 round leaves tied to a purple center, the plants radiated heat. Khalil picked a couple and gave some to Barb. He ate some and felt some energy return. Good. These have good energy for low-tier foods. Khalil turned to Barb. I'm going to eat more. Are you hungry? Hungry? No. I do need the energy, though. They began collecting more of the flowers, targeting the purple above the orange and the orange above the yellows and reds. Soon, they had exhausted the flowers in their immediate vicinity. Barb tied her steed to a nearby tree and Khalil followed suit. He led them inside. After 10 minutes of walking, they found the main chamber of the cave, 6 magma pools making a square. The dragon was in the center of all of them, spitting lava balls of different colors. She added yellow to the red pits, green to the yellow, and violet to the indigo. Khalil stared at the now violet pits of lava. There were 2 of them. What? Why do I sense gallum eggs in some of these? That doesn't make sense. The dragon turned and narrowed its eyes. It placed itself between the closest pit to Barb and Khalil. Its scales began to glow and crack apart, blue light shining from beneath. Khalil felt the heat coming from within. It was amazing. For a moment, everything stood still. We're not ready for this. Barb stepped in front of him, her shield raised. Barb, we have a new objective. Save the gallums. She nodded. Khalil dropped his stone backpack and left the top open. The dragon's scales shattered, replaced by a pulsing, liquid flow. Chunks of Muspelheim surfaced to its now indigo magma body. Its teeth became obsidian crystals. Barb began to tremble. Khalil grabbed his chakrams from his backpack, leaving it empty on the ground. A boulder came flying from the dragon's mouth, crystals jutting out from it. Barb deflected the boulder into the wall of the cave. It exploded, sending crystal shrapnel everywhere. Thankfully, Khalil and Barb were untouched. Her shield now contained 2 of the crystal shrapnel. The 2 spiked daggers she had thrown in their previous encounter had grown back. Barb grabbed them and pulled. Khalil threw his left chakram while pushing his heat into it. It did not ignite as it flew through the air. The chakram grazed the right foot of the dragon and caught on fire. It did not leave a cut this time. What? Barb threw her daggers at the dragon, and one hit its eyes. The dragon shrieked in pain as the dagger ignited into indigo flames before exploding. It whipped its head back and forth. Barb ran towards a violet pit and dived inside. Good. Prioritize them. His left chakram came back to him, and he tried to catch it. This time, it left a cut on his left bicep. Barb emerged from the violet pit with a large obsidian egg. The egg had started to take on a violet hue. The dragon shot a spray of thin Muspelheim needles at Khalil. They bounced off his obsidian skin, leaving no damage. Khalil saw the dragon turn its attention to Barb. No, that was your mistake. He ran at the dragon and began to spin while holding both of his chakrams. He focused on pushing his fire into both of them, feeling his energy drain. Right before the dragon could attack her, Khalil made contact, his chakrams enveloped in yellow flames. As he slashed at the dragon, blue magma splashed everywhere. The dragon seemed more annoyed than hurt by the attack. It turned its attentions to Khalil. Barb set the egg down and whipped her entire shield at the beast's head. The spikes on the shield ignited blue and exploded, destroying the shield. The dragon reeled to the left, its head hitting the wall of the cave. Rocks fell from the ceiling and hit its head. I need stronger fire. How do I do that? Barb was using its own fire against it. Now she can't. Barb took advantage of the dragon being distracted to collect another egg. She reemerged with two. One was a Galem's egg. The other was a ruby egg with black cracks sprawling around the surface. The Galem egg she collected had hues of green to it. The magma body of the dragon changed from indigo to yellow. Khalil focused on the fire within. He imagined it being trapped within him, building pressure. The fire roared, causing a slight amount of pain. He kept building it up. The pressure increased, as did the pain. When he could bear it no longer, Khalil imagined pushing the fire into his chakrams. They burst into orange flames that quickly became jade green. He whipped his chakrams into the dragon's side as Barb made one last dive. The chakrams embedded themselves into the dragon, the flames sprawling across its body. The dragon began shrieking continuously. The chamber shook from the force. Barb was surfaced with one last Galem egg. This one had hues of yellow. She began placing the eggs into Khalil's backpack. The dragon began to thrash in its spot, its body becoming indigo again. Barb closed Khalil's backpack and ran to his side. She turned to him. We have to go. There are none left. He nodded and started to leave. The dragon shot one last ball of magma and Muspelheim with obsidian crystals at them. Barb turned and placed herself between Khalil and the attack. Everything happened in slow motion for Khalil. The attack hit her directly in her center mass. Barb exploded into thousands of pieces. What? No. No. No! Khalil felt his energy rise again. He didn't care. He stared at the fragments of obsidian that had been Barb. His energy continued to climb, causing his obsidian skin to crack and reveal magma. Barb, why? I will kill you for this. You will suffer. There will be no mercy. Rainbow and violet flames erupted from Khalil's joints. He clenched his chakrams in his hands, only seeing the dragon. He raced at it, the floor beneath his feet becoming magma. The body of the dragon had become red magma as he closed in. Khalil did not throw his chakrams. He needed to keep his control over the weapon, needed to keep feeling it. Instead, Khalil punched the dragon while holding them. As his left arm was retracting, his right arm extended. He kept his feet shoulder width apart, his right foot stepping forward as his right arm extended. Instead of stepping backward, he shot his left foot forward in time with his left arm, taking a massive step forward. He began pummeling the dragon, each hit cutting deep, burning the dragon. Finally, Khalil had tired himself out. His energy reserve was critically low and he needed to refuel. Khalil stared at the dying dragon, smoke rising from its mouth as scales resurfaced. He kicked the dragon and spat at it. The glob of lava did not hurt the scales, but did cause pain to the cuts he had just left. The dragon whimpered. He did not care. Around him were various obsidian crystals from its earlier form. Khalil grabbed them and stabbed them into the beast, the light draining from its eyes. No mercy for you. Khalil began to collect Barb's remains, still warm to the touch. He placed them into what had been her backpack. Then, Khalil stumbled towards the violet lava pit and fell inside. I wish I had died.